Isn't that beautiful? Vivaldi. Summer, the Four Seasons? Google it. Of course I know what Google is. How old do you think I am? Never mind. A lady never reveals her age, nor does an old homosexual. If asked, I respond like Vera Charles in the musical Mame, somewhere between 40 and death. What confused you? Vera Charles? Mame? Google it. Believe it or not, I used to be a twink. Today's twink is tomorrow's troll. Actually, I don't think of myself as a troll, more like Medusa. The young guys at the bars are afraid of making eye contact with me for fear they'll turn into stone. Did you know I grew up just outside of Altoona, Pennsylvania? The only thing worse than growing up in Altoona is growing up just outside Altoona. What's Altoona like? George Burns toured Altoona during his vaudeville days, and he would tell jokes about just how tough Altoona audiences were. Oh, another blank face. Where did I lose you? George Burns? Vaudeville? Google it. Altoona isn't a bad place to grow up if you're white and straight and fit in. That reminds me of an old Chinese proverb. The nail that sticks out gets the hammer. I stuck out. And boy, do I get hammered. And not in the good Las Vegas way. I'm hammered with words. Faggot, cocksucker, fudge packer, butt pirate, fairy, queer, swish, pole smoker, fruit, pansy. Sometimes I'm hammered with fists. So, as a gay boy growing up just outside Altoona, I have two goals in life. The first is to host the Tony Awards. The second is to get the hell out of Altoona. But where to go? How could I escape the allure of the big city? So off I went to Pittsburgh. Hey, when you grow up in Altoona, Pittsburgh is the big city. And it sure is fun. Bars, parties, especially at Halloween, the Arena Bathhouse, new good friends, and finally, the sense that I'm not alone, that there are people just like me in this world. But there never is a Mr. Right, though. But believe me, there sure were a lot of Mr. Right Nows. Some of my experiences are moving, like when I volunteer to read the names at the AIDS quilt display, or when we go to the Pride March on Washington. Other experiences are, well, frightening. One time I met a man who is a carpet layer. I was driving him back to my place in hopes that he was going to lay me on my carpet. Out of the blue, he says, "Are you going to be nice to me?" What a strange question, I think. Before I have a chance to answer, he says, "Or do I have to use this?" And from his pocket, he pulls a carpet knife. Have you ever seen a carpet knife? They're not really big, but they're nasty with a jagged edge. All I can think of is the headline that is sure to appear in the Altoona Mirror: "Gay man slashed to death by carpet-laying lover." Then I realize this is a terrible way for my mother to find out I'm gay. I stay surprisingly calm. I stop the car and I say, "Very slowly, you are going to hand me that knife." And he does. Quickly, I throw the knife out the open car window and say, "Go get it." When he steps out of the car, I hit the gas and speed off. I suppose in every life a little rain must fall. I haven't thought about that in years. You know what I have been thinking about a lot lately? My great Aunt Elizabeth. Lizzie, we used to call her. She lived to be nearly 100. Before Lizzie died, she sent us a letter about all the changes she had seen in her lifetime. When she was a girl, folks traveled by wagons drawn by horses. Today, you can cross the country in a few hours on a jet. Instead of waiting for months for a letter from the old country, you call them. If Lizzie were alive today, I can only imagine what she would think of Skype and iPhones. Sometimes I feel a lot like Great Aunt Lizzie. Not that I'm anywhere near 100, but when I look at the changes that have taken place in my lifetime. Today there are gay characters in prime time. The only role model I had on TV growing up was Paul Lynde on Bewitched, and Paul Lynde on Hollywood Squares, and well, Paul Lynde in just about anything. Paul Lynde, Lynde. Google it. Out people are everywhere. Congress, broadcasting, medicine, law, even Major League Sports. You can't tell the gay boys from the straight boys anymore. Some big cities don't even have gay bars anymore. There are just clubs where gay boys and straight boys dance side by side. When I'm a teenager, homosexuality is still considered a mental disorder by the American Psychiatric Association. No wonder I grew up in the closet, hating myself, not wanting to live. Today, same-sex couples marry, adopt children. Growing up, I can't even imagine these things. I'm glad I lived to see it. And I've changed too. I'm content in my own skin now. I like who I am. And no law is going to change that for me or anyone else. The fight goes on. And I have my beautiful garden where I can sit on a warm summer evening when the air is as soft as talcum powder, enjoy a good cocktail, and the stars, and my thoughts. And there's always Vivaldi, and Saint-Saëns, and Respighi. Respighi. Google it.